Get some of that off. Ugh. It's really gross. You see it filling up with fluids? You gonna eat some? What do you think? Oh, you missed it. Oh, there you go. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got another rescue. We literally just picked him up. So this bearded dragon was found outside last week by a little boy who was playing outside at his friend's house, and he just found this bearded dragon hanging onto a tree. Now if you look at, we believe it's a girl, if you look at her face, she has some pretty serious, it looks like mouth rot going on, some like stomatitis and maybe like a bacterial infection, and she is very skinny. Not as skinny as the monitor, but still very emaciated.
Hips?
Yeah, hips, the tail,
yeah.
Even her head is sunken in. Now this family has been trying for over a week to find somebody to take care for this bearded dragon, but there's not a whole lot of reptile rescues out here that accept bearded dragon. So they ended up getting in touch with Flamingo Gardens, who then gave them our number, and that's how we got this bearded dragon. Now, this isn't an emergency. I have really high hopes for this animal, especially because they've been soaking her. The family's been giving her electrolyte baths, things like that. She's been eating, she's been pooping, so that's really good. But I have a bunch of supplies right here, and I'm gonna give her some sub-Q fluids, and then we have a little bit of betadine mix diluted with water. We're gonna try to clean that mouth out. Now, we're obviously going to take this little one to the vet for some antibiotics, but sometimes it can take weeks to get an appointment. So we're hopefully gonna get her in within the next few days. But for now, again, I'm a vet tech for those of you that are new. So we're just gonna clean it up and give her some fluids. All right, so we're just dipping this cotton ball, well not cotton ball, Q-tip into this betadine solution. Come here, sweet girl. We're just gonna start rubbing this. I know, babe. There you go. There you go. Get some of that off. Ugh. It's really gross.
Really?
Kind of smells bad too. You're gonna feel so much better. I know. You're so sweet too. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I know. Okay, one more. I would like to look in her mouth. Let me see if she'll let me open. Open? Just want to look in. I know. I really need like a popsicle stick or something. I just want to see inside.
Grab the bottom of the gator.
Nah, it's alright. She's like locking her jaw. I just want to look. Sometimes they get like fungus and stuff. It looks pretty clear.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, just some more stuff coming out. Alright, I'm sorry. Okay, so it already looks a little better. Obviously she'll need some antibiotics, but at least we got it cleaned up. I'm gonna go wash my hands, and then I'm gonna give her some sub-Q fluids. I'm just gonna use a little bit of the lactated ringers that I have for emergencies. I always have my stash, but since it's such a little animal, we're just gonna use instead of this whole set, we'll just use a little syringe. I'll probably give her like 3 cc's of fluid. Just change this quickly. Right, just draw this up. We'll do like 3 cc's. That should be good. This just has some like minerals and stuff in it and will help with hydration since she still is pretty dehydrated. You can see her eyes are sunken in, the back of her head is sunken in right here. Can you see that on the camera? Mm-hmm. Just these 2 indents. Mm-hmm. So we'll give her some fluids. She's pretty bright, pretty perky. And then we'll get her nice and warm and we'll try to feed her a little bit as well. So we'll just wipe the area off. We'll do this side right here. Here's such a sweet dragon. You're so good. All right, we'll get on this side if we can. I know. 1, 2, 3, little pinch. We'll pull back, make sure nothing's in there. Perfect. And then you're gonna see. You know, babe. You see it filling up with fluids? Perfect. Ta-da! So that will absorb, and that will just give her a little extra hydration. She is such a sweet bearded dragon. I've worked with a lot of bearded dragons, honestly. This is probably the sweetest bearded dragon. The whole ride home, she was just hanging out on my shirt. So what a little sweetheart. So I'm gonna go get her temporary quarantine enclosure set up, and then we'll be back, and we'll also do an update on the starving Savannah monitor that we rescued a couple months ago. When bearded dragons are smaller, their diet is primarily insects. When they get larger like this is an adult, they're supposed to eat more like greens, fruits, veggies, things like that, and not too much insect protein. However, the family said they could only get her to eat insect protein.
She's interested.
You gonna eat some? What do you think? Oh, you missed it. Oh, there you go. So we'll offer her some protein just because it's good for her and she is skinny, but eventually we will be feeding her more kale and things like that. What a sweet girl. Oh, honey. Look, she's missing a toe. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to you? I wonder how long she was out there. Now, usually whenever we get an animal like this that was found outside, 99% of the time it was dumped. We don't really know the area that this animal was in. So I don't know if it was more, well, I guess it was more of a residential area if he was in the friend's backyard. So maybe it was an escaped pet, but this mouth rut has been there for quite a while. You know, this animal is very skinny, so I would say this animal was likely outside, or it escaped from somebody that wasn't taking care of it. I don't know, but I would lean more towards this was a dumped animal. Also, there's a lot of pages and resources on Facebook in South Florida for like animals that are lost. So there's pages like specifically for tortoises that are lost and found, and like other exotic animals and birds. So there are resources. So usually if someone loses an animal, especially like a bearded dragon, it kind of pops up. So again, it's hard to say whether it was dumped or not, but I'm going to lean more towards dumped, which is a really unfortunate and common thing that we see here in South Florida. So I'm gonna go put this little cutie into the quarantine enclosure, but we also wanted to give you guys an update on the Savannah monitor. So we're gonna show you some before videos and we'll show you some after videos. He did end up going to his new home about 2 weeks ago, and he is doing so well. He put on so much weight. He loves food. He actually loves swimming. He digs around for like the grubs and everything. You can tell he has metabolic bone disease. His jaw is still like a little soft, so I was supplementing him with calcium. And then his new owner, Bethany, who's actually a friend of ours, she has a lot of reptile experience. She's actually in Massachusetts, lives in Massachusetts, and drove up here and drove back with the Savannah just so she can give him a good home. So she's supplementing him as well, and we're very grateful for her. All right, guys. Well, that is it for today's episode. She is basking right now in her little quarantine enclosure. We will continue to do updates on her. If you wanted to, we do have a nonprofit animal rescue called Florida's Wildest Animal Rescue, and you can donate via PayPal. I will put how to in the description. We appreciate everybody's love and support, and of course donations. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.